sushi, the global sushi economy. It's the same for many different types. Japan has only really just begun to form a coherent response to address the rising overseas interest in Japanese food culture. Academic societies on food culture are numerous, not only in Europe and the US, but also in Asia, countries and other countries such as China and Korea. I asked a few group chats of mine how globalization has affected their lives, and Demetrius explained how Greek food and Greek cuisine has been brought to his work. And similar to my Japanese food culture story, Greek life and Greek music has spread across the nations, and this would never occur if globalization never existed. So today my life has been affected by globalization because I'm using technology right now to record it. Yes, this is my weakest reason yet, but I am still going through and using it. Here's the explanation and article next. After setting time limits for my apps, which was 1 hour for every category, I quickly used up all of the minutes within the first 2 hours of being on my phone. I constantly had to click remind me in 15 minutes or ignore the limit for today because I couldn't stop answering my texts or my Snapchats. So as I'm in here in the shower on who knows what day it is, I'm also eating. And I eat in the shower. I use my phone in the shower. I do homework, study in the shower. But I doubt people 20 years ago used their phones in the shower because they didn't have iPhones. But how I barely have time without my phone, without eating, without watching TV, and how bringing up a kid these days, they always want to be doing something. And we need to teach people and teach everyone that growing up in a world of technology doesn't mean you need technology and food and everything all the time. You don't need something all the time to have fun, to do a simple task in life, to get something done. It's about 7 o'clock at night, and I'm sitting in my car about to drive to Rite Aid, and I've just started to think about the future. Wow, future, it's coming so soon. And my handy dandy book, that's right here for some reason. And I just wanted to talk about how in this book it discusses how technology is going to progress and that jobs are just going to become non-existent and so many more people are going to become unemployed. And it made me think about how someone told me a few weeks ago how they wanted to fulfill a career in computer science or some sort of engineering because those are the only jobs going to be left. And I don't necessarily agree with this. I really think we're going to need people doing even the small tasks in the future. I think, yes, robots and technology are going to increase, but there's always going to be jobs out there, and I don't think they're necessarily going to have to be in the tech world. Hi, everyone. Awesome day to learn about globalization, right? So today we lost my page. Hold on. So part of my book, Mega Change, right here, talks about how the reality of inequality has generated considerable attention in many countries. And our example is Bernie Sanders argued that economic benefits flow unfairly to the ultra-rich as opposed to the working class. Gosh. And my example of this in real life, which just occurred just now, is that I was looking at college on this website right here, and it talks about net price because of your household income. And if you make $110K, you receive this amount, or you're paying this amount a year. But if I'm making $110K, or a lot of schools, $80K, $100K, you get the same amount of financial aid as someone who makes $1 million a year, which seems a little unfair because $100K is a lot different from any other numbers that are greater than it, like $1 million or $1 billion. So right now, I decided to ask, we have a chat for the UN with a few members of the class, and I'm going to ask them, how has globalization affected their lives today? Because I know this is about me, but it affects other people too. I put a few polls on my Finsta to determine the public, also known as like the 30 people who follow it, results and opinions on technology and globalization itself. This confuses me because of the poll I just took based on high school schoolers. Nobody believes the world's flat. Globalization is happening. Well, like 25% of the people actually do think the world's flat, but a good chunk don't. And we can't stop globalization from happening. The end. Goodbye. So, as you can see, globalization has affected my life in many ways, shapes, and forms.